Good morning. Here it is. The last video I will be sending you all. Well, I tell you what, I can't believe we got to this point. I mean, what was it? Way back at the end of June when we started this whole thing. And of course, in this unprecedented times, doing something like this, and you think, how's it going to go? How's it going to be? Is it going to work? And here it is. It worked out just fine. All right, because it's your last assignment. And many of you have been with me from the very start, and it has been indeed a pleasure. First, let me just say persuasive speeches were excellent. I really enjoyed the persuasive speeches. Topic choices were really good. You guys were well organized, well prepared. Um, Many of you used your evidence so well. I mean, again, that's your credibility. You just can't rely and say, I want you to agree with me because this is wrong. Why? Because I say so. No, well, no, but you have to have something to back you up. And you guys brought your guns. You brought your guns. And there was a lot of really good evidence to back up what you were saying. You presented it well. And I have to tell you, I am really, really enjoying. I was, this whole online thing. It started with the spring semester. Their persuasive speeches were online. Then summer one, and now with YouTube classes in summer two. And they're just getting better and better. They really are. But you guys were the first one. I didn't do this for the spring and summer one, but you guys got to actually see some speeches and then send in those critiques. And the critiques were excellent. Some of you really got detailed. I mean, they were constructive. There were a lot of really good compliments. Um, and I want to thank Christine and Alexandra and Alexis, Burnaby, and Chang for going ahead and allowing us to see those speeches. And you know what? You five did a really good job. You really did. And your classmates thought so too. The only thing that I really, really feel bad about is the classroom we were to be in is a horseshoe classroom. And you can see everybody no matter where you're sitting. And as you're giving constructive critique, you can give them right to the speaker. I would go around the room and everybody would give a constructive critique to the speakers, to at least one speaker that day. One day this pandemic is going to be gone and we're going to be back to what we would call normal. Although I don't, and this is one of the things I've been stressing, especially as you've now given your persuasive speeches, I think there's going to be a different normal. And now that you have Google Meet, WebEx, Zoom, even the old standby. What was the old standby that you use with your phone? Not FaceTime, but the other one. Um, there's going to be a lot more, I believe, of this kind of communication where you will be giving presentations to the camera in your device. So what I saw over the past couple of days, since Wednesday and Thursday, were excellent examples of what you should be doing in the future. All right. It's now time for your last assignment. Now, the last part of this course talks about interpersonal communication. Now, what interpersonal is, although they say in the book about like two or more people, basically it's one-on-one communication. That communication between you and another person. All right. And maintaining that interpersonal relationship in a positive manner so that you have a good interpersonal relationship, good effective communication between you and that other person. And it could be your significant other, a loved one, a relative, a close friend, or it could be an acquaintance. Maybe where you work, you have that same UPS driver who comes in 3 times a week. If you have a good interpersonal relationship that's based on good, positive, effective communication, then when that person comes in, you say hello, you chat, you ask about their day, maybe how their family's doing, you get the signature, and then they go. And then unfortunately, if it's not an effective communication relationship, then sometimes that package just gets dropped off, you sign, they leave, and then maybe sometimes that package comes in and a little damaged. I know that's an extreme example, but sometimes those are the kind of things that happen because people are people. But yeah, when it comes to interpersonal communication, you want it to be effective in order to maintain positive interpersonal relationships. Now, when talking about relationships and having that effective communication, from page 200 to 203, they talk about a really interesting term that deals with how well you effectively communicate with people in maintaining those interpersonal relationships. And it's a really cool term because it talks about how your willingness to reveal information to that person that they otherwise would know, and it's called self-disclosure. Okay. Now again, self-disclosure is when you willingly reveal information about yourself that otherwise wouldn't be known by the other person, and it could be anything that you self-disclose. Okay, it could be that, oh hey, I know we're becoming good friends now, but did you know, before we met I had spent 7 years in prison for armed robbery. Or it could be just, I don't really tell anybody this, but I like jazz music. It could be anything. That's what self-disclosure is. And depending on the relationship, depending on what you like to disclose or what you don't want to disclose, depends on how effective that positive interpersonal communication is between the two people. Now, one of the things that's in your chapter is something that some of you have already heard many times before, maybe in a psychology class or in a previous class in high school or another college course. And that's called the Johari window. Now, the Johari window is it's that box with those four squares inside. Okay? And it talks about, and of course, there is a great example in your textbook, but it talks about, information that's known to you and known to others, or known to you but not known to others, unknown to you but known to others, unknown to you and not unknown to others. And sometimes a relationship, a communicative relationship, whether it's people who are your acquaintances, people who are good friends, or even your own significant other, sometimes the communication isn't as effective and the relationship isn't as steady as it could be because of something in that window. Okay? And you want to try and keep that communication effective so that those relationships stay positive. Well, sometimes it doesn't always work that easily. And what I have for you, as I would do at this point every semester, is I have you watch a movie and you then write a paper based on the interpersonal concepts that we're talking about. So, with talking about effective relationships, effective communication in those relationships, and the Johari window, I have a movie for you. It's a movie that it's a little older now. I think it's about 18 years old, 17 or 18 years old. But it's a movie I absolutely love. You can get it for free on YouTube, so I have the link on your assignment sheet. And it's a movie called Tortilla Soup. An absolutely funny romantic comedy. I love the movie. It's one you can sit and enjoy. As a matter of fact, one of the things I always recommend to students is that even though you're watching this for an assignment, watch it with someone. Watch it with family or friends or significant others. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's pretty funny, and it's got a great ending. So there's your assignment. Look at your assignment sheet. Just follow along with the assignment sheet. Watch the movie and then write your paper based on the questions that I ask you in the assignment sheet. And of course, when I'm looking for answers, I like to have detailed answers to those questions. But that's your assignment. Watch Tortilla Soup. It's free on YouTube. And then go ahead and answer the questions I have for you. Now, before I go, I'm going to go ahead and bring my wife's brand new chair. We're going to adjust this a little bit. Okay. Well, here it is. Our final time. And I have to tell you, it has been a thrill. Watching your speeches, getting to know you, even though many of you, we never had a direct conversation. We did the best we could with these unprecedented times. Nothing for me beats the face-to-face contact. This is the reason why I do this. This is the reason why I ditched radio, I ditched television to do this for a living, because I love the interaction with people. Unfortunately, we didn't get that, but you know what? We got through it, and I got to know so many of you. Watching your speeches, emailing back and forth. Some of you, with the 2 WebEx meetings, I got to talk to one, and I just loved it. Loved it so much that for those who were there at the second WebEx meeting, remember, If your kids were in the room, I had you bring them in, and I think 5 of you or 4 of you had your kids right there, and it was excellent. Um, so I just want to say, your assignment's due by Thursday at 8 p.m. So sit down, watch the movie, enjoy, write your paper, get it to me by Thursday at 8 p.m. And I just want to say thank you. You guys were terrific this semester. It really helped make a very strange summer go by smoothly. So you guys take care. Best of luck in the fall because, again, we're doing this in the fall. And best of luck in the future no matter what you're doing. All right? You guys have a good one.